Hey people, I wanted to tell you that a documentary I did the narration for called Sidemen, Long Road to Glory begins its U.S. theatrical run with a premiere on August 18th at New York's landmark Sunshine Theater on Houston Street. This is a movie about the incredible lives and legacies of three legendary bluesmen, piano player Pinetop Perkins, drummer Willie Big Eye Smith, and guitarist Hubert Sumlin, all Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf sidemen. Bonnie Raitt, Greg Allman, Derek Trucks, Susan Tedeschi, Tim Reynolds, Robbie Krieger, Joe Perry, Warren Haynes, and Johnny Winter are just some of the musicians who appear in the film. It's a great look at the influence and impact these three incredible musicians have had on rock and roll and all popular music. New dates and cities are being added all the time. Check SidemenFilm.com for details. Yeah, the blues, man. All right, let's do the show.
Lock the gate!
All right, let's do this. How are you, what the fuckers, what the fuck buddies, what the fucking ears, what the fuck nicks, what's happening? I'm Marc Maron. This is my podcast, WTF. How are ya? How are ya? Huh? How are ya? That was annoying. What was that? Where did that come from? How are ya? Anyway, how's it going? You all right? You hanging in? Look, you know, folks, I know that some days are a little heavier than others on this show lately in terms of this monologue, but Jesus, what do you want from me? I'm just a guy living in the world. If the world is coming through me in a certain way, I got to put it out there. I am recording this a couple of days before it airs. So given the world we live in, I don't know what's happened. And I'm just letting you know that the world is on fire more than it is. And you're wondering why I didn't talk about it, is it's probably happened after I record this, all right? You dig? We good? I do want to tell you a few things, get you up to speed on some shit about my life. They picked up Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling show on Netflix that I'm in. They picked it up. Netflix is going to do another season. We start shooting in October. There's some news. So for those of you who like that show, it's coming back. And I'm going to challenge myself even deeper as an actor. That's my plan. And my guest today, Jennifer Jason Leigh, I'm going to pester her for tips. A little bit. All right. It just, I had to. She's a great actress. I was happy to have her here. She's in an amazing new movie called Good Time. And I wanted to be annoying. Yeah, that's what I set out to do. I wanted to annoy her for some wisdom, for some acting wisdom. What's been going on? What have I been putting in my head? Oh, this is some good news. The Lee Morgan doc that I talked about, I called him Morgan, is now on Netflix. If you want to learn about Lee Morgan, I'm sort of, still down that rabbit hole. I'm mad that I can't see Kamasi Washington and Herbie Hancock at the Hollywood Bowl on the 23rd because I'll be, away. What else? I watched the entire 10-part documentary. I think I told you this, of Ken Burns and Lynn Novick's Vietnam in preparation to talk to them. I did talk to them. You will be hearing that soon, and that blew my fucking mind in a good way and in a fucking horrifying way. Oh, yeah, Mississippi Records, a label I had no idea anything about, sent me a care package, and there's some fucking amazing records in there. There's a Jessie Mae Hemphill record, just fucking raw boogie-ass blues, like John Lee Hooker style. Didn't know anything about her. Love her. And then there's this beautiful record, Blind Alan Wilson, the singer of a lot of Canned Heat stuff, the harp player and guitar player, one of the prime movers in the old Canned Heat band. This is an album of just his stuff. And it's beautiful. And I'm watching movies. And I just watched that movie, Good Time, that with my guest. And I've seen most of her movies, but this is the new one that she's in. It's a little part. What a fucking movie, man. And you know what? I'll tell you what else is going to happen for me this week. I had to get a new mattress for my guest room, so I went and ordered a brand new Casper. And you know what that means? It means that big Casper box will get delivered straight to my door, and then I'll be able to watch it break free of the box and come to life right in my guest bedroom. I got the full deal, the foundation, the Casper sheets, the Casper pillow, but the main event is the Casper mattress that truly lives up to the hype. It's a perfect mix of firm but soft. Buying the Casper is easy. Just order online like I did, and it's delivered to your door in a box. You have to see to believe, folks. You just won't understand how they fit a mattress in this box. And then it just breathes life. It takes a giant breath of air. Casper is available in the U.S., Canada, and now the U.K., and shipping and returns are free. We spend 1/3 of our lives on our mattress. It's so important to truly sleep on a mattress before committing. That's why Casper gives you 100 nights to try it out risk-free. Get $50 toward any mattress purchase by visiting Casper.com/WTF and using code WTF. Terms and conditions apply. That's Casper.com/WTF and use the code WTF. Oh, I told you I'd read this. I'm going to read this. So some of you remember, if you listen to it, the dream I had about my house. There's a party going on at my house. Everyone's in costume but me, but I may be dressed as a younger me. I leave through the back door of my house. I walk down the hill. And there's a swampy, disgusting pond there, and I'm walking around it. And then out of the ground, I see a giant, fat, huge boa constrictor snake just come out of the ground and then enter the water. And then I walk along the side of it and through my neighbor's fence. And then there's a freshwater sort of look like a irrigation ditch, and in it was, I believe, a dolphin and a seal. But I just remembered the dolphin, and the only thing I thought that was weird in the dream was like, what's that? Why is there a seal and a dolphin here? So somebody, a woman named Arian, sent me an email that says your dream. Now, and she went to I think a dream interpretation website. I used to do a segment on the live radio where I'd have I'd interpret dreams, but I haven't been doing that, but she did it for me. So it just says costume party. To dream that you're at a costume party suggests that you are trying to escape from demands of real life. You want to enjoy life and not worry about your daily responsibilities. And I imagine because it was a younger version of me, maybe I want to go back. I don't know. Pond. To see a pond in your dream represents tranquility. Huh. No. You need some more quiet time to yourself. It is a time to reflect on your situation and what is going on in your life. Okay. Alternatively, a pond suggests that you tend to keep your feelings contained and in check. You are an emotionally calm person. Nah. I'm going to go with option 1 on that one, but it's conditional because it's a swampy, muddy pond. Oh, here we go. To see muddy or dirty water in your dream indicates that you are wallowing in your negative emotions. Yes. You may need to take some time to cleanse your mind and find internal peace. Okay. Snake. To see a snake or be bitten by one in your dream signifies hidden fears and worries that are threatening you. Your dream may be alerting you to something in your waking life that you are not aware of or that has not yet surfaced. Yeah. If you dream that a snake is submerged in water, then it implies that you are unknowingly letting your emotions influence aspects of your life. Alternatively, it represents repressed sexual urges or hidden enjoyment of sex. Wow. I'm gonna have to process what a hidden enjoyment of sex is. That sex you're ashamed of that you do by yourself alone watching. Never mind. A seal. To see a seal in your dream refers to your playfulness and jovial disposition. Seals also symbolize prosperity, good luck, faithfulness, success, security in love, and spiritual understanding. I think I got maybe 2 of those. You have the ability to adapt to various emotional situations. Yes. I happen to dream of a seal and dark ocean water this week too. Maybe it's something in the air, although I think it may just be a subconscious reflection of your sober anniversary, what you were, what you have become, and how you will continue to grow, and the uncertainty of that to some extent. Thus, the contradiction of the symbolism in your dream. Anywho, have a great Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you, Arian. That was nice, and it was provocative, and I enjoyed it. I don't usually do these, but it's sort of a crapshoot what's going to compel me to read it on the air. I come to you asking for help. Hey, my name is Brian, and I'm nobody in particular, studying at SUNY Purchase in New York. I have a severe crush on this girl named Summer, and she has a birthday coming up on August 20. I know for a fact she's a big fan of the show and of you, so I'm hoping that if this message gets to you by some miracle, you could help me out somehow, maybe recording a video birthday wish or something. I don't even know what I'm asking for. No hard feelings if you just tell me to piss off, but it'd mean the world to me and to her. Thanks regardless, Brian. Okay, Brian, well, piss off. And happy birthday, Summer. One other one, because this leads into something else. 1 year sober, subject line. Hey, Mark, I was coming up on a year of sobriety and I listened to your rant or prologue or monologue before the Lucas Brothers interview, and I can't tell you how cathartic it was to hear you just spell out exactly what I was feeling. I don't even know if I really identified what the fuck was going on with me, and then you just up and nailed it. This is definitely not the first time you helped me out. Your interview with James Taylor in particular gave me some hope and a game plan while I was still out there getting fucked up, which just goes to show you that you never know who's going to save your ass. And then I get out of rehab and you make a fucking hilarious season of Maron that felt like it was just for me. I mean, I can't even have these jokes with my closest friends, man. Anyway, I never write these sorts of things, but when you said that your sober date was the same as mine and that you write an email to the girl who helped you get sober, whether she's receptive to you or not, just like I just did, I figured I had to reach out to say thanks, man. Not just for me, and not just for this sober business, but thanks for helping us all stay a little saner in this insane world. You're welcome. You're welcome, buddy. Chris. You're welcome, Chris. And I did get a response from that email. It said, if I want you to get in touch, I'll let you know. That stung, but what was I expecting? I'm like a fucking, yearly stalker with the same fucking email. It's like, I gotta fucking check myself. You dig what I'm saying? Got to check myself. Folks, you don't have much summer left, do you? Nope. Don't waste any of it online at the post office, all right? Just do what I do and mail everything from postcards to envelopes to packages, domestic or international, with Stamps.com. Stamps.com lets you buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package, any class of mail using your own computer and printer. You don't have to go to the post office during specific hours because Stamps.com never closes because it's in your wherever you want it to be. They'll even send you a digital scale that automatically calculates exact postage and helps you decide the best class of mail based on your needs. So now I have my own little post office right in my garage, and you can have one in your house too. Get the Stamps.com service right now with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale without long-term commitments. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the home page, and type in WTF. That's Stamps.com. Enter WTF. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. Jennifer Jason Leigh. How great is she? Had a weird coincidence. Like, I knew I was going to talk to her. I didn't know what I was going to talk to her about. I was nervous about it as usual. I'm watching TV the other night before I talked to her, and Fast Times at Ridgemont High comes on. I see her as a young woman, and then and then 2 days before that, I watched her new movie, This Good Time. Holy shit. This fucking movie is crazy. It's crazy awesome. Crazy. And I don't like using the word awesome, but I didn't come to it. It was sent to me as a link, as a screener. I knew nothing about it. I didn't know there was buzz on it. I didn't know that it was a con. I didn't know who the directors were. I didn't even know who the guy who was in it was. All I knew is she was in it. Okay. And I watched it and I just couldn't believe it. Like, it opens and I never knew what was going to happen. It's basically a movie about a bungled crime that just keeps getting weirder and crazier. All right. And it's visceral. Like, it brought to mind that movie Narc from a few years back, and also, Gary Oldman's movie, Nil by Mouth. It's just raw. Everything's sweaty. It's close up. It's just, there's an intensity to the fucking movie, and it just never stops moving. And it's a crime movie, but there's just a lot of heart in it. You just feel for these people in some weird way, and the ending's beautiful, and Jennifer Jason Leigh is amazing. So I came to it with knowing nothing, and I could not stop watching it. I want to watch it again, but now I'm going to have to go to the movies like everybody else, which is fine. So the dude who was in it is this guy Pattinson. What's his name? Robert Pattinson? Is that his name? I told my friend Lynn I saw it, and she's like, "How is Robert Pattinson?" I didn't know if he could pull something like that off or act. I'm like, "Who is he?" And she's like, "He's the guy from Twilight." I'm like, "I still don't know." So he was great. So there you go. But I did, like, even when I know, I don't know. Even when someone tells me what I should know, I don't know. Anyway, I had a lovely conversation with Jennifer, and I'm going to share it with you right now. That new movie, Good Time, is now playing in select theaters, and she's also in the new Netflix series, Atypical, which is streaming now. She's also in the new Twin Peaks for some episodes, and she's been with me all my life, it feels like. So this is me talking to her the best I can. tough morning already?
Already, yeah.
Really?
You wouldn't know it. I went swimming already, so that's good.
I worked out already. You want to just take a nap?
Yeah. I always want to take a nap, but I can't. I'm not a napper.
You're not?
No. I really envy people who can nap.
I can do it. I mean, like, I can't do it necessarily on purpose.
Oh.
Like, you know, sometimes it's just... It's just sort of like, I guess this is happening.
Just in the middle of our interview, you might...
Yeah, narcoleptic.
Yeah.
Just kind of... No, like, I'll lay down on the couch and just for a second, then I'll be like, ugh. And it'll happen.
That's great.
Like, I can't plan it.
You can't
like,
plan it. I know people who can plan it.
And they do it every day? Like
whenever they want.
Nap time?
They could do it twice a day if they wanted to.
Mine are usually based on complete anxiety. Like, you just
shut down.
Right.
System shut down.
Yeah, system shut down. And that could happen at any time.
Well, I really hope for you and for myself as well that it doesn't happen.
It's not going to happen during this.
Right. You're not anxious right now. I mean, not about this, about other, of course, all world things.
Sure, but I do get a little anxious, but I didn't, because I don't, like, you know, we don't know each other. I feel like I know you because, like, I grew up with you somehow.
I feel like I know you because I listen to a lot of your podcasts.
Oh, good.
So I know you somewhat.
So you kind of do know me.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I know you because, like, I feel like we grew up together and I would watch you do things.
Right. But that wasn't really me, of course.
No, I know. But
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like, there she is again.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
like,
that.
Oh, yeah, there's Jenny. Yeah.
Yeah, now she's doing that lady. That's crazy.
Well, why is she doing that?
Those are questions you ask yourself. It was funny. Weird things happen. Like, I was, I don't know why. The coincidence, but I tuned in. Fast Times was on like 2 nights ago. Mm-hmm. And I knew you were going to be here, and I'm like, I should watch this for a second. Oh, look at, she's a little girl.
Yeah. It's funny, right?
Well, it's cool. I mean, because, like, you were good in that, and then,
Thank you.
It was a great movie. Maybe it's a generational thing, but I think it still holds up.
I think so, too. I haven't seen it, of course, for like 20 years.
But if it comes on, do you, like, watch it?
I'm not really a channel surfer.
Oh.
So I don't.
It's the only way I do things.
That's the only way to catch things.
Right.
And I don't.
Did you give it up? You never were.
I'm too lazy to turn the TV on.
Oh, really?
I'm actually very lazy.
Really?
When I'm not working, I'm very lazy.
Well, how do you watch stuff?
I have to really make a point of it.
Oh, really?
Like,
yeah.
I'm going to watch something now.
You don't just sit and like, bleh.
I don't really like the whole channel surfing thing.
Right.
It doesn't appeal to my sense of calm and like focus.
I got that for you, didn't I?
Oh, I think I have.
No, that's not. That's
yours.
someone else's. Here, let me have that.
This is yesterday's.
Yeah. I think that's might be Alice Cooper's water.
I don't want that.
He's pretty healthy.
I'm sure he is.
You don't want old water.
I like to know the person whose water I'm drinking.
Sure, if you're sharing a water, you
at least have met them.
Not off the street.
Hand. Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a half a thing of water. I guess I'll drink it. Mm-hmm. So what do you do when you're just sitting around?
Nothing.
You don't read?
Oh, I love to read. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I love to read.
Have you read anything good lately?
Well, I'm reading. I love the St. Auburn Apples. I just really garbled
it. The St. Auburn.
As I'm drinking water.
Take 2.
I'm doing the Patrick Melrose novels. Did you read those?
No. What are those?
Okay, so they're by Edward St. Auburn.
Yeah.
And they're amazing.
Yeah?
Really, truly amazing.
So you're one of those people that can, like, read for entertainment?
Yeah, I can read for...
Like, my mom's like that.
8-hour chunk of time. Yeah.
And my mom will sometimes just read shitty books just because, like, she likes to read them.
Just likes to read.
Yeah. The big novels that, like, are just, like, entertaining. But, like, for me, like, someone's got to refer me to the fucking book. It's got to be a good book.
Yeah, I want it to be a good book, too.
It's got to be a genius who wrote it.
Yeah,
or else
I like those, too.
Right?
Yeah.
But my mom could just read garbage you get in the supermarket, just kind of like...
Yeah, I can't really do that.
Well, I don't know if it's garbage.
I don't know if I couldn't do it, but I would rather not read than read garbage. I'd rather look at a beautiful magazine and look at pretty pictures of things I might want to buy someday.
Yeah.
Or look at pictures of pretty houses.
Do you
and things like that.
Oh, pretty houses. Do you look at real estate sites and stuff?
No. But I mean like a magazine, like
Architectural
like
Digest
or something.
Dwell.
Yes.
Dwell.
Let's go, Echo. Let's do it.
And you like to look at stuff you might buy?
I don't.
I have a problem. Like I
don't do that so much. I mean, I do have a I mean, like I can go on Net-a-Porter and do some damage, or you know.
Right. Yeah.
Those are dangerous. I mean, that's the danger of having a phone where you can actually make purchases while you're lying in bed before you go to sleep.
Can do anything.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. Like, why not feel that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just bought that.
I just bought that. And then, like, later the box turns up and you're
Christmas.
like, what's this?
Happy Hanukkah.
I have no memory of this, but it just cost me a lot of money.
Right, there's 3 boxes. When you open it up and like, oh, shit, there's that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I do think.
Do you live here?
I do.
You do?
I grew up here.
I know, but I thought you might live in New York. I thought, like, I don't know why I thought maybe if you lived here, I'd run into you somehow. But like, what part of town?
Do you ever run into anyone in Los Angeles?
No.
It's so rare. It's like it seems supernatural when you run into someone in Los Angeles.
'Cause it's not built that way.
It's not. It's like, oh my God. I mean, you stand there kind of like
right here,
breathing and like you can't even believe it. It's such an amazing event.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you'll see somebody at events or dinner parties where you expect to see them. Oh, yeah, there's that guy in a suit. You know, but like if you're just at Gelson's or something.
That's what I'm talking about. That's like in New York, it happens every 3 minutes.
You can't avoid people.
No.
Your whole life is swirling around you at all times.
Yeah. And everyone you know and everyone whose name you can't remember. But in Los Angeles, it never happens. So when it does, it's extraordinary. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that we've never run into each other.
Right. I guess I'm not either. But like when it happens here, you kind of got to circle a couple times. Like, is that? I don't know. I haven't seen them in a long time. They could look totally different. And then you're like, oh, hey.
Yeah, it just actually happened the other day.
Who'd you see? Anyone I know?
Well, I was with my son at a play at the Actors Gang. They do these great like Shakespeare plays for kids. So it's like Transformers or whatever, but to Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, really?
And it's free, and it's great.
Yeah.
So we go every year.
Yeah.
And there was a little girl in back of us, Poppy, who said Romer. And so it was the same thing. Like, she recognized Romer from preschool. And now they're about to enter 2nd grade. So that's kind of a big deal at that age, you know? And I was so impressed by that.
By the kid?
By the kids recognizing each other. There was something so
sweet,
touching and sweet, and, you know.
Yeah. Does the kid get Shakespeare? How old is?
Well, they make it so that the kids get it. Yeah, that's what's so great about it. So
Romer's
they use a lot
name?
of Romer. Yeah, so he's 7, but we've been going since he was 3.
Was he named after the director?
Yeah, but it's pronounced differently, of course.
Oh, how's it pronounced?
The director's name would be pronounced. A lot of people pronounce it Romer.
Oh, is it Romer?
But you know, a lot of Americans pronounce it Romer.
Yeah. The 4 Americans that know him, mispronounce.
So we are 2 of them. 2 of them right now.
It's happening in real time.
Now that's amazing.
Yeah. So now, like, no one ever turned me on to Shakespeare. Did anyone turn you on to Shakespeare at 7?
Well, I don't know the year that Romeo and Juliet came out.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah. Can you look it up?
With DiCaprio?
No.
The other one, Bertolucci's or Bertolini's or
You better look it up.
I'm going to mispronounce a bunch of Italian
names. But anyway, it was
names.
beautiful, and I was young, but not that young, and I saw it with my older sister. And she even had the poster.
Oh, yeah,
from that movie.
I kind of remember the poster.
In her alcove in her room.
It was an Italian director, wasn't it?
Yeah. Bertolucci.
Yeah,
it would make sense. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I was a kid, so you know, I can be forgiven for not remembering. Right now.
It's weird. I think I only remember the poster.
Poster was beautiful, and the score was beautiful.
Oh, that's sad.
A Time for Us, right?
Oh my God!
Am I right?
How does it go?
Oh God!
Oh, wait,
if you have me singing, it's going to be really bad.
No, it's
a time for us someday. That's exactly. Wouldn't it be great if we were remembering the wrong song for the right movie? Or you know what I'm trying to say. But I do believe that was the song.
Oh my! That song is like the melody of that thing is so sad.
I wonder if we watched that movie if it would hold up.
Wow. Zeffirelli.
Zeffirelli, yes, exactly.
I don't even know any of his other work, but now Zeffirelli. That song, the reason why it creeps me out, it doesn't creep me out, it makes me really sad. Mm-hmm. Do you want to know?
Yeah, sure.
It's a weird story. Like when I was really young, my parents went on vacations, but I was a neurotic kid, and I always thought they would die in a plane crash whenever they went on a vacation, and I just assumed that they would die whenever they left. And we were being babysat by this woman who usually cleaned the house, and we went to her daughter's place, And, I don't know, it was a Filipino household, doesn't really matter, but someone sat down at the piano and played that, and I'm like, oh, my parents are gonna die.
That is really sad. But they didn't die, right?
No, they didn't.
That would make it a much better story. But a much more sad story.
Yeah. And I didn't want to. I just realized
wouldn't even say
I didn't want to be inappropriate because your dad did pass away,
but not for that song.
No,
and
but
that song had nothing to do with it.
Tragic way. Yeah. I know. It just was one of those moments where I'm like, I'm being glib about.
No, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna be all right.
You're all right.
Did you ever do Shakespeare?
No, I never will.
Really?
I can't.
But they have kind of.
I can't do it. Okay. Let's just leave it at that.
Have you tried?
I don't want to try. I know it's not. I know I love to watch Shakespeare performed brilliantly, but that.
For how long though? Really? For the whole time?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just not my. I can't.
Yeah.
The verse. It's hard for me.
Yeah, I can't read it. I try very hard to pay attention while it's happening in front of me.
The stories are great. Think of how many.
Yeah,
the greatest.
Tighten them up.
The greatest stories and themes, and we've been using them forever and ever and ever, retelling them in so many ways.
Yeah,
and just using them in life as allegories for things that happen in our own lives.
Yeah, it's nice when it's a reference or a quote. Then I can handle Shakespeare.
I can't handle the quote.
No.
I can't.
I've been taught about Shakespeare by great Shakespearean actors right there where you're sitting. Like Ian McKellen did Shakespeare for me right there to my face, and it made sense.
Right. A great actor. Kevin Kline doing Shakespeare makes sense.
Right.
But everybody else sounds like they're, doing this weird rhythmic thing, and I don't even understand what they're saying. And that happens a lot.
It's very hard to stay engaged.
But there are a few people that do it, and they do it so beautifully. Like one of the first plays my mom ever took me to was A Midsummer Night's Dream.
And you loved it. You loved it. People dancing around, dresses.
It was great. And they had the great theater director whose name I'm forgetting.
I'm forgetting everything.
I am too. Good. So we have that in common.
Yeah, I think we're contemporaries. I guess it's starting to happen.
It's the early onset.
Yeah, something.
I hope it's early.
Well, that's what I was wondering with you. Like how when you do films, how much do you remember doing them? Do you do you know what I mean?
I remember, I've always had a really poor memory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But how are you with lines?
Oh, that's no problem.
It's weird, right?
That's just part of my body. It's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing I've ever had to consciously learn.
Yeah.
I just some kind of osmosis. I read the script so many times that it becomes osmosis in a certain way. I just sort of.
You do when you prepare. You go.
That's how I learn it. That's how I get to know it inside and out, and it just makes it so easy because then you can never be thinking about your lines, or you'll never inhabit them.
Yeah, I need that. Let's do acting class. I need it.
All right.
Because
what do you want to know? I will be your teacher.
That'd be great.
10 minutes. Do you want to act?
I had been. I'm in the new Netflix show Glow. I did all 10 of them.
Oh, cool!
About the women wrestlers.
And how was that for you?
It's great. And I did 4 seasons of my own show on IFC. But I wasn't a trained actor. I'm a comedian. But I knew that I could do it. Uh-huh. I've done a little here and there. I've done some stuff with Swanberg too. I did his series Easy. Joe.
Oh
yeah. Great guy.
Yeah.
Good director.
Very good.
So I've been doing acting. Okay. But now I'm going into a second season of Glow. I got the character. I know the guy, and I think I did a good job this first time. And people seem to think I did a good job. But I want to go deeper. So if I feel when I watch myself act between me and you. Mm-hmm. I know I'm doing a good job, but in between the lines, and I know I'm dressed up as the character, I am in the character, but inhabiting it, so there is some in between the lines when I'm just sitting there. I don't always think I'm the guy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
that's not a good feeling,
right? It's not that I'm sitting there going I'm just jerking this off, I'm just acting here. I don't feel that in the moment, but there's something about being in the body, about that inhabiting thing, where I guess it's just a complete lack of self-consciousness that you have to learn as a skill because you're just doing it in 5-minute chunks or whatever. Because there's that cut, and then you're back out and just staying in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I watched a new movie.
Oh, good time.
It was great.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. It's just raw and there's so much, you empathize for all of them.
I know. The energy is so crazy good in it.
And crazy.
And crazy. And you really have no idea where it's going.
Never.
I mean, those guys are really brilliant.
Who, the actors?
Ben and Josh Safdie, no. The directors.
Oh, they did it. There's two of them?
And Benny's in the movie. He plays the brother.
Oh, my God.
He's one of the directors. And he is completely transformed in that movie. At first, I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah.
And Patterson is incredible.
He's really good.
Yeah.
And who plays the other guy?
Buddy Duress. He's amazing, right?
What's his last name?
Duress.
What's he from?
He's done some other movies with the Safdies.
I don't know the Safdies' other work, and I don't know.
You should. You would love it. You would love it.
Oh, what are they?
They're incredible. Daddy Longlegs and Heaven Knows What.
Oh, good. Okay. I got to check them out. I didn't do a lot of back research. They sent them.
Good for you.
I didn't know anything about the movie.
You have a free summer. Isn't that part of your job?
No. I'm relaxing. I watched the movie, Jennifer. I watched the movie. What do you want from me?
Good. That's good.
I could have come in here and be like,
true. And
look,
you channel surfed and saw some of Fast.
Yeah, Fast Times.
You got it down.
I'm all down. I get beginning and the end here.
Good. Yeah, I'm impressed.
Now you just got to fill in the center.
Okay.
It's easy.
Okay.
But no, think about it though. I came to that movie not knowing the director, not knowing it was a con, not knowing, how big your part is, not knowing anything about it. I didn't even know who Pattinson was. When someone goes, someone said, how do you do in this? I was wondering if he really act. I'm like, what else has he been in? And they're like, Twilight? Is that it? One of the vampire things? I'm like, I would not know that. How the fuck would I know that?
Right.
So everyone was new to me.
That's so great.
Except
That's
for
so
you.
great.
Right. And I had no idea what the movie was about, and I turned it on, and it just opens with the Safdie brother
of
him in the therapist's office.
And how great was that therapist, by the way?
Great. Was he an old actor? There was a lot of old character actors
I think
in there.
he's a lawyer in real life.
Really?
Yeah. But so compassionate and so good. And so the thing about working with people that are non-actors is if they're well cast, they're so good. Like the bail bondsman and his wife were...
They're great.
They're real.
They're real bail.
Yeah. That's their place.
No kidding.
Yes. Their operation of business, and that's what they do.
Oh, my God.
So they're so good that, you've got to be like...
It's a risk, but if it works, it's good.
If it works, also it makes the actors have to you really have to be in it, and not, otherwise you look like you're overacting.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that there was an energy to it. There was a rawness to everything.
And the violence in it. I don't know how they did that. The movie was made on a, shoestring budget.
Yeah.
And those punches, when they land, it hurts your stomach. I mean, you feel it. It's like watching Raging Bull, but
right.
In the sense of being in that moment and feeling so...
Yeah, visceral.
Absolutely real and visceral,
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you had such a good experience.
I did.
It's such a great movie. But your part, we could learn some acting from that part. Because, it's not a huge part, but, within seconds, you're not entirely sure of who that woman is, but, then you realize, you kind of do know who that woman is. How do you prepare for something like that? You read the script over and over again?
Well, no, here's what they did, which is really interesting and which, Quentin Tarantino also does, which they wrote a whole backstory for the character.
You like that?
I love it, yeah. Because if they don't do it, I have to do it. So it's nice to sort of, and when I'm doing it, I'm just creating it off of the script and my own imagination.
Right.
And maybe some research, auxiliary, research I've done or whatever. But when it comes from the director, this is really what they want. And so they had an entire backstory for this character. They had images for this character. And
okay, so I don't think that would be any spoilers. What was some of the backstory that you locked into?
Well, just the difficulty of living with her mother, her mental illness, the medication she's on, how she first met Connie at a drugstore.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So they wrote a whole novel behind this thing.
Yeah, literally. It was 10 pages long. And,
oh, wow.
How, what their dating was like and how the mother never liked him and.
And what do you do with that information? I was given backstory on my character and I took it in, but I was I don't know that I used it. You consciously use it? You consciously integrate? You take...
I think so. I try to. It's if they gave me a list of, prescriptions she was on, I read about each one.
Right. Okay.
So they gave me the name, and then I do the research on that. And
right.
Like, you know.
Oh, I see. So, like, and if somebody asks you about, like, so what's your relationship like with your mother, you'd be able to answer it fairly specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
So, yeah, the thing to do, I would say, if sounds really silly, me giving you like any.
What are you
but
talking
I would
about?
no, just like if you're in a scene,
yeah,
and you're feeling sort of out of body,
right,
is to get back into your body by
Sure.
something, even if it's just scratching your arm.
Sure,
it's going to give you a physical sensation that
Right.
is real, that grounds you.
right. Get in the present.
Yeah.
I can do that, but for some reason I always think that there's some trick that's going to make me just have this guy's memories. You know, like just,
Well, yeah, if you keep a journal, like the first thing my mother instilled in me was, you know, a love of research, but also she said for every character I did, and this is like when I was doing plays at school,
yeah,
to keep a journal for the character.
What were some of her movies?
She wrote Georgia.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Yeah, she was a great writer. She wrote Pollock, Jackson Pollock.
Oh yeah. With who played Pollock again?
Ed Harris.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and he directed it. He was amazing.
That's great.
She wrote The Company for Altman.
You got to work with him. Mm-hmm. So what was he like as a director?
Oh, fantastic.
I mean, like, because I love that movie. I love Shortcuts. I'm one of the few people that thinks it's like, I've always thought it was a celebration of life.
You are one of the few that think that.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a depressive or an anxious person, but I thought
you felt right at home.
Yeah, I just felt
These are my people.
I felt like it was honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that. I understand. Yeah, no, he was really mischievous and fun, and he felt that a script was sort of a skeleton, like an outline. Yeah. And that our job was to flesh it out. So there was a lot of improvisation with Altman, and he loved everyone to come to dailies afterwards.
I've heard that from somebody else about him. Right.
In fact, if you didn't show up at dailies, it was not a good thing.
Really?
Yeah. So he really wanted you there. And then you showed up and there was wine and pizza and salad. And, you know, it was like this big familial gathering with the crew and everybody, you know, watching the work you did the night before. So it was like watching really well done home movies in a way with, you know, and you got to share together all that work that you had just done. And
was it that whole cast, or just like on any given day it would
just be? No,
you
would like the whole cast to come, whether you're in the scenes or not.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
It is.
For that
movie.
And
sometimes people couldn't show up for, you know, various reasons, but if you were in town, it was good to show up. And sometimes they would be 3 hours long.
So you really grew up in this
I did.
business.
It just seemed like that's what people do when they grow up, you know?
Right. Why not?
Why not?
Are your parents friends? Were actors?
I mean, a lot of them were, sure.
And writers and whatnot?
Yeah.
And you grew up where? Beverly Hills or the Valley?
No, Hollywood.
Hollywood. Wow. And like, and your dad was sort of like in the business, both of them, it seems, were in the business from the 50s. Like way back.
Yeah.
So and that must have been amazing.
Yeah.
Do you look at it in retrospect as being amazing?
I do, but not as a child. It was just your life.
Right, know? I get that. But
it was just normalcy. I mean, it wasn't anything special or extraordinary.
But you knew they were charismatic, fun people.
Oh, I mean...
Who was hanging around when you were growing up as a kid?
I mean, like Bob Denver came over for dinner.
Gilligan?
Which was a big deal for me and my older sister, because it was like Gilligan was in our house, you know?
And he knew your dad or who? Or your mom?
He knew my mom and my stepdad. My mom and my father, they divorced when I was 2.
Oh, okay. So it was mostly your mom's friends that you saw?
Yeah.
Bob Denver.
Yeah.
And how'd you know him? Just from TV?
I have no idea. It might have been my stepdad, who was a director, who knew Bob Denver.
He was a TV director?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So,
and I got to go on the set of the Mod Squad when I was a kid. Can you imagine? That was pretty cool.
Peggy Lipton.
That was groovy.
And that crew.
Yeah.
That must have been really groovy.
It was. But also just like going on a set and seeing like, oh, this is the living room. And then you walk around and it's just I
love that
flat.
Part of it.
It's still to me to this day.
I love it.
I love the magic of something looking so real and it just being like made of paper.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing that feeling of being backstage Because that's like really what show business is. Like if you do the Tonight Show or I do a stand-up show or you're doing a play, when you're just back there with the guy holding the rope or whatever, you're like, this is great. Now we're going to go do the magic thing.
Right. It's pretty cool.
It's really cool, especially if it's a big production. Like, back when Conan was at NBC, sometimes like they were walking a horse through the hallway, like, and you're like, oh, show business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. So when did you start acting? Like when you were 2?
No, my parents did my mom and my stepdad did a movie in Berlin, and I was an extra in that.
In Berlin. So you did a lot of world traveling as a youth. Yes,
I did. And not a lot, but we were in Berlin for a while. We were in London for a while. I guess that's not that much.
Berlin, but that was like Berlin pre-wall.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was intense.
We went to East Berlin. They confiscated my comic books.
They did?
Mm-hmm. I did not get those back.
Do you want to write a letter? Maybe you can
get them back now?
Yeah.
I think they're gone.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Do you remember what comic books they were?
No, but they were kind of... they weren't Archies because they, at the American bookstore, they didn't have Archies, but it was kind of like the Archies. There was something like a little bit like romantic.
Right. And they took them.
They took them.
The commies. Commies got your comics.
They took my comics, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope someone enjoyed them. It's like when you go through the airport now and they take your creams and stuff.
Or your lighter.
Go through Heathrow.
Yeah.
You're just like, really?
And
then they throw them away. And you're like, at least keep them. At least give them to someone. They're really nice. They're good. They're good creams. And they're just like right into the trash.
Yeah. And they give you that option. You can go put it in your baggage and check it. I'm like,
I don't check anything.
I can't stand checking anything.
I don't check anything.
Never?
Mm-hmm. Never.
I tried my best not to. What's your trick? I mean, what if you're going away for like 4 weeks?
I've gone away for 3 months. I do not check.
But you do laundry.
Yes, I will do laundry. I will ship things. I will not check.
Ship things.
Yes. If need be, I will ship. Yes.
What I do is I use a duffel bag. It's my trick. I got an extra large duffel bag. And
you can't take that on board.
No, you can. You can because it's a duffel bag. It's just a duffel bag, right? So it's like I have a large like Filson duffel bag, and no matter how much stuff I have, like if I go away for a month, I got to pack a lot of shit. So I'll pack it up, and it's huge. But with a duffel bag, you can kind of hide it behind your back.
Oh,
so you kind of
they don't make you put it in that little thing.
Not if you can like hold eye contact and just sort of.
Oh, you've got some tricks. Well, maybe you should use some of those in your act.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Where I'm just sort of like, it's just casual. Like I've got a like 150-pound thing on my back.
Secret. You need a secret when you're acting.
Yeah,
that's good. That's
a tool?
That's a good trick. Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean?
That's a good trick.
What is it? How
just
does
like
that work?
Just like what you did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just something that you don't want anyone else to know about that keeps your mind on that.
Okay.
While you're doing the scene. Just another extra thing. Or like, did I leave the oven on?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it doesn't have to have anything to do with the scene, just with your character and just with your...
You're kind of thinking about something else.
Yeah, like in this case, you're thinking about, are they going to realize that my duffel is way too big?
Yeah.
It's not going to fit overhead, and I'm not going to be able to shove it under the seat. Do the thing where you take the blanket out and you try to hide your luggage under the blanket.
Mm-mm.
Have you done that on the plane?
No. Wait, no, I don't know that one.
That's how they always want you to put everything overhead.
Right.
But sometimes you don't want to put it overhead.
So you just wedge the blanket there?
I just put a blanket over my lap so it looks like, and then and I hide it.
Oh, good for you.
On the floor.
Yeah. No, I haven't done that one, but usually I can get it through because I know it'll fit in the thing because it's soft.
Right.
So you just kind of wedge it up there. Where'd you start learning how to act?
Well, my mom actually didn't want me. I loved acting all the time because I was a shy kid, so it was a way for me to come out of myself and make friends.
Yeah.
And because when you're a kid, acting is just playing house, really.
Right.
So, yeah, when I was a kid, it was like, you play divorce, I'm serious because it was the 60s, so everybody's parents were getting divorced. So it'd be like, I'll be married to you, and then later we'll get divorced, and then...
That was the way, that was part of the game, the playing house bit?
Yeah. That was all part of it. And I'll divorce you, and I'm going to marry him, and then I'll marry...
That's cute, but sad.
Yeah, it's life.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we didn't think it was sad.
No.
That's what's so funny about it.
Because it happened when you were young.
Yeah, because it happened when we were young, and it's just like the way things,
Everybody, it was happening to everybody.
Not everybody, but a lot of people.
And how many siblings do you have?
Well, my older sister just passed away in December.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I have a younger sister, Mina.
Oh, that's okay.
We're very close.
Oh, that's sweet. So you didn't but your mother, did she teach you how to act? Did you you must have schooled somewhat, no? Never?
Yeah, I did. I went to Leigh Strasberg had a summer program in Los Angeles, at the Leigh Strasberg Institute.
Was he there?
No, he didn't actually teach me. But I took classes there. John Lenn was a teacher I studied with for years.
I've heard his name before.
He was a great teacher.
Yeah.
He just thought we all have so many characters within us, and the only difference is the behavior. So he was very much about behavior for the characters.
What does that mean exactly in your mind? So we all have characters within us. It's just a behavior.
Well, how would you describe behavior? What someone does physically,
right? Yeah, exactly. Behavior physically, and I guess
what they actually do.
Yeah. But that could be talking, could be anything.
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually anything, but it's anything that changes you.
Oh, I get it. So you're just
it makes you become more the character. So some characters may use their hands very expressively, maybe someone who does a lot of speed or something, might.
Sure. Or you choose not to use your hands.
Or someone might be very, very still.
Yeah. So you make choices around the behavior.
Yeah.
But the characters...
That's how you find the characters through the behavior.
Well, I did that. So good. Check.
You're done. You are good.
I'm fucking on top of it.
Now you got the secret thing.
Yeah, the secret thing, the behavior
physical thing. You're done. You're
yeah.
good.
What else do I need?
The journal.
Oh,
that's
journal.
Work. That's
I didn't know if we followed through with that. What do you mean about journaling?
You write you write as much as you can about the character and early memories that have, maybe you reference your father in one of your scenes. Right. But right now, when you're referencing your father, you might just be referencing your own father, or you might not be thinking about anything.
That's right. That's the bigger problem.
Nothing. You're just thinking of remembering to say father, and then whatever the rest of the line is.
Well, I mean, I can attach emotion to it. I don't have I can look at a script and I can know where the emotions are and feel those things. But some part of me goes if I really want to take this to the next level or have a different experience with it, I should not just have the emotions and the words, but they should connect.
Well, you shouldn't be directing yourself in a certain way. You should just be alive. So the idea of writing a journal is to write, let's say, 3 or 4 memories of your dad.
Okay.
When you were little. So even if you're not...
Of the character or me?
Of the character.
Yeah. Dig it.
And you can make them up, and they might overlap with some of your own actual experiences if you want, or maybe not. Doesn't really matter. You're not sharing it with anyone. It's your secret. And then when you talk about your dad in the scene, even if you're not consciously thinking about it, because you wrote those memories down,
right,
it's going to come through in a more realized way.
You did the ritual.
Yeah.
So now the magic happens.
Hopefully.
Yeah. That's right. Could end in divorce.
Yeah. I could just say, we're not bringing them back,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, so how many, you just did the Hateful Eight with Quentin, or you done other ones? I can't remember.
I just did that's the only one I've done.
Yeah, and those scenes like that, because it was like a play. I mean, you're on that set, that one set.
And talk about the magic of a set. I mean, that place, Minnie's Haberdashery, was built in Telluride. And then it was rebuilt at Red Studios. So it was very surreal for the actors to be working in Telluride and going in and out of this place.
The exteriors?
Interior and exterior, both. And then in LA, interior and exterior both, but on a soundstage. So the outhouse, it was only, in Telluride, it was, 6 feet tall by 3 feet wide, or 4 feet wide. No, 3 feet, I guess. But on the soundstage, it was 2.5 feet tall. Because it was a forced perspective,
Oh, wow.
So from far away in the distance, you just saw the snow and the outhouse, and it looks exactly the same. But when you walked up to it, it came up to your waist.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen. Have you seen that before on a set? I've never seen a set of. Well, I don't do any movies.
Yeah, I've seen it because they do forced perspective a lot. Like on Single White Female, that entire apartment was recreated on a soundstage.
Oh my God! So you weren't.
So the hallways would be, from here to there, but they would look like they went on forever.
No kidding.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Oh my God!
Yeah, stop talking about the talk shows. Movies have incredible.
Yeah. yeah.
I didn't stop being.
No, I know. Well, I mean, like, my experience is limited.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've done maybe 2 movies for 2 seconds.
Right.
I was in Almost Famous for a minute or 2.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and I was in, and I went down and did the opening scene for, I think Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates for some reason. I flew
That's
it.
hilarious.
But it was in a bar. There was no soundstage. There was
Right.
perspective.
It was real. I love working on sound stages.
Well, it sounds like that. Yeah. Well, you've done some real stuff. That's exciting. But what, like, those scenes, like, that character is such a messy, horrible, angry character in that one, in Hateful Eight.
Oh.
Yeah, just like, ugh.
She's gonna, about
great.
to be hanged.
Yeah,
so she's
I loved
not
it.
in the best mood.
No, I know. I loved it. I
loved it too.
I mean, I love that movie. I like his movies, generally speaking.
Me too.
And I don't ever find the controversy that everyone finds in it. I'm like, would you guys just, like, take it in? This is a fucking beautiful mess, man.
Yeah.
That guy, what's the guy? Goggin?
Walton Goggins. Incredible, right?
He is, isn't he?
So, yeah, he's an amazing guy. And such a great actor.
He
and
can do
really
anything,
fun to work
it
with.
seems
Yeah.
like, in Samuel Jackson.
Oh my God. We still, like, I just got a text from him. Like, we still text each other all the time, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is he a solid dude?
Yeah.
So, okay, so you start acting, and you just go to camp, the Strasbourg camp, and you work with, what's that guy's name?
John Lenn.
John Lenn. And then do you stay engaged with learning with people, or do you just, at some point, just do it?
Well, I mean...
I know you
yes
always
and no.
learn.
I mean, you're always learning.
Right.
Also because I'm always doing, or, as each thing necessitates research.
Right.
But yeah, at a certain point I just started working.
Yeah.
And there's less time to sort of go to classes. I think I worked with John Lenn for a while in his classes, and then I worked privately a little bit, and then I just was by
At some point, did you feel like you're being there was there might be an issue with being typecast as, like, kind of nutty, a little scary person emotionally?
No, for a while there was, like, the fear of, like, being typecast as prostitutes or things like that,
After what, Last Exit to Brooklyn?
There was Last Exit, Miami Blues.
Oh, Miami Blues.
And
I'm trying to think. The Big Picture. Oh, yeah.
Are you thinking,
yeah.
or do you have my IMDb page?
Well, I don't know. Well, obviously, I'm not remembering every fucking movie you're doing. Like, out of nowhere, like, my memory just works
like,
for your
entire
filmography.
That would be very impressive.
Well, I just want to make sure I know, because I've seen a lot of your movies.
Right.
And I just want to be reminded of them. The Coen brothers. All right, let's talk about working with directors, because that's my dream. Here's my dream. You want to hear my dream? Mm-hmm. So I've done this TV show. Like, I don't need to be a big actor. And I'm okay as a comic, and I do well with this. But I just want 1 or 2 scenes in a really good movie.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like the Coen brothers. I'd like to work with them. So, what's it like working with them? Because maybe great. I don't want to work with them.
No, you do. You do. You definitely do. They're really fun. And they're very low-key.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of hanging out?
It's like, I think that was good. Yeah, that was good. Okay, we got that. We can, yeah, very, and they'll laugh if they think something's funny.
Okay.
But they'll be like, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
They're very, very dry. I love them.
They're just both
They're great guys. Well, Ethan likes to pace. Joel stand. They're not sitters.
Uh-huh.
They're not like lazy sitters, like.
Because I think there's this mythology of actors sort of guiding, of directors guiding actors.
It really
through their
depends.
acting.
I don't know.
Does it?
That's not necessarily true.
But it's like 50-50-ish?
I mean, some directors feel that the biggest, one of the most important challenges of their job is to cast correctly. Uh-huh. And then you kind of, half of your work is done and you can sit back. Other directors really love crafting the performance with the actor.
Uh-huh.
And so every director is different, and there's no, better, worse, good, bad, whatever. I mean, it's...
Well, I imagine the Coens are pretty meticulous with framing and blocking, and because everything is very tight.
Like, I was not good at a certain point, I have to slap Tim Robbins.
Oh, yeah.
This is my big memory from that shoot.
Which one? From Hudsucker Prospect.
Yeah. And I was not great. This looks like I didn't want to hurt him. And so Joel came up and was just like, do it to me. Just, and that was even harder for me. And so I kept having to, like, slap Joel Coen's face.
Yeah.
Until I got it, like, right. And then it was, when it turned, like, just a little pink, then he was like, that was good. Okay. And so, yeah.
And Tim is like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, he's much taller than I am.
That's a reach. Did you have to stand on a box to slap him?
Maybe I did. I don't remember the box, but that would not be surprising. He is very tall.
Yeah, and like there's another movie that I was going through your things because I read that book, Bastard Out of Carolina, and that book like destroyed me.
Yeah.
And then I remembered seeing the movie, and like I didn't realize that Angelica Houston directed it.
Right.
So that must have been amazing to work with her. I don't know if she directed a lot. Was that her only directorial thing?
I think it was her first, but I don't know if it was her only.
She's a good actress. Are you guys friends?
Yeah, she's a wonderful actress. I mean, we don't see each other a lot, but when we see each other, it's always nice.
So the two movies, how many did you do with your ex-husband? 2?
2 or 3.
Margot the Wedding,
right.
Greenberg.
Yeah,
were you guys still married at Greenberg?
Yes, we were.
Oh.
Yeah. That was shot in my mom's house.
You did?
Yeah.
That's that's one of those movies. There are parts of it where I'm like, I think this is a little too close to home for me.
To you?
Yeah, a little bit. There's like, it's not completely, but
right.
It's of our generation, and it's a particular type of guy,
right?
And you know those people.
Yeah.
Now, could you work with him again, or is that not?
No, we're friends. Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I guess you have to be when you have kids.
Absolutely.
It behooves the whole situation.
Hugely important. Yeah.
Let's talk about Charlie Kaufman.
Okay.
In Anomalisa, which I thought was the greatest movie.
Oh, thank you. Me too. I love it so much.
That character that you played.
She's so sweet.
Oh my God.
I really love her, and I love that he, wrote that for me. That's such a...
Did he?
Yeah, he did. That was sort of an incredible thing for me.
Yeah.
Also because I grew up in a family of, like, people with beautiful voices.
Yeah.
Not only singing voices, but like speaking voices. My sisters and my mom, and I always had kind of like the worst voice in the family.
Uh-huh.
And and people would remark on that. I mean, I remember friends of my mom saying, if you want to make it as an actress, you really need to work on your voice.
Really?
Yeah.
What was wrong with it in their eyes?
I don't know, but it made me feel inferior and slightly self-conscious, and I always thought, I need to work on my voice. But then to get this, which is all voice.
Yeah.
And she's the voice that he thinks is magical, and it brings him out of his depression, and makes him feel that there's hope in
for a little while.
There's hope for love and all, for a little while.
Yeah,
but a little while is a big deal in his life.
Yeah.
So it was really, like, personally very meaningful to me.
Uh-huh.
And I also I love his writing so much, and he's just the kindest, loveliest, most genuine guy. There's not a he's never full of shit. Ever.
Yeah, and he's straightforward and kind of a genius.
He is a genius, and I think like his imagination is like, I mean, you can't even wrap your head around it.
I know, I can't. Well, that other movie you did with him, I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
How do you say it? Synecdoche?
Yeah, I think you're almost there.
Yeah.
Schenectady, I think.
It's not Schenectady, is it? Is it Synecdoche?
Maybe I'm wrong,
Schenectady is an actual place.
Right, so it's close to that.
It's close. But I couldn't, I remember seeing that movie, and about 9 hours in, I was like, I don't think I'm getting it.
It's okay. Just let it wash over you. You'd like talking to Charlie, though.
I did talk to him.
Oh, you did? Okay. So he's incredible, right?
There are moments in that movie, human moments, that I have not seen done in not real movies, but non-animated. Like, there are moments about what it is to be on the road, to live that life.
Oh, my God. Just checking into a hotel and being in an elevator with a perfect stranger and having that awkward, because it feels like it's shot in real time.
Yeah. And
just all those awkward moments with strangers.
Yeah. And that scene where he reaches out to his ex or to one of his exes, just that, like, that world of being on the road as being an alternate, lonely universe.
Yeah.
is a very real thing if you've lived that before. For I don't even understand why. Like, if you go out of town and you stay at a hotel, even for 2 days, you're like, where am I?
Yeah, there's that strange thing.
I'm
and
so
there's
isolated.
The thing that you want to put on the door.
Yeah.
And then do you want to order room service? Because if you do, then you have to deal with the whole interaction, which is so awkward.
Right. And then the food's going to be in the room, and the room's going to smell like food, and then you got to put the food out in the hall.
I always do the food out in the hall myself.
Yeah, me too. Of course. Get it out.
But a lot of people, that you can call and they'll
have
take
them come get it?
the tray out.
And then you got to deal with them again.
I've had doors close on me,
Oh.
The hazards of room service.
Have you been ever stuck in a hallway poorly dressed?
No, but I have had to, not poorly dressed. I have had to go down and get my key again because I got locked out of my room just bringing the room service out.
Sure.
So the whole thing of saving time by doing it myself has ended up...
Yeah, a disaster.
Yeah.
Mild disaster.
Yeah,
not too
very,
horrible.
very mild.
Yeah. But when you do an animated thing, like that kind of work, do you do the same process of building that character?
I mean, we did that originally as a play.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, it's a radio play.
That's right.
So we did it at Royce Hall. We rehearsed in New York for a week, and then we came out to Los Angeles, and we did it at Royce Hall.
And oddly, in that movie, unlike non-animated movies, somehow you were afforded a lot of backstory in that movie. At certain points, like eventually, a lot about that woman.
Yeah, yeah. It's so beautifully written. It really. Oh my God. It was so heartbreaking. I mean, it's really funny, but it's also really heartbreaking.
And it's more human than some human movies.
It is.
That's
and
what
the sex scene was more...
real. Yeah.
Yeah. It was much more real than a lot of the sex scenes I've done that, were entirely naked.
I guess you have a little more freedom and leeway to make it...
It feels more private when you're in this dark room with just mics and a screen. It's like we didn't even have a screen. I mean, it wasn't animated yet. First we recorded it, and they filmed us recording it. Yeah. David Thewlis was standing 6 feet away from me to record the sex scene, and yet it felt much more intimate and embarrassing than a lot of sex scenes that I've shot on film.
Because of the dialogue?
I think because it's all your voice, so you can't really hide behind the kissing or the physicality. There's no way to hide, and so it felt very naked. Yeah, yeah. And the dialogue is
the also awkwardness of
so
it.
Awkward. Yeah, it's so beautifully written that
it's like that thing.
That's like Charlie Kaufman stuff is so well written. Really, if you just are open and you just say the words, you're going to be really good.
Oh yeah. I wish he did I wish he was doing movies every year.
I do too. I just love watching them. I love reading them. Reading a screenplay that he's written, or the same. It's also similarly with the Coen brothers or Quentin. To be able to actually read one of their screenplays is a gift in itself. You know?
You're like, oh my God.
It's so much fun. It's so exciting because you don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah. And what about with this new one?
Well, with Good Time, I didn't even get the script. They sent me just the pages. Yeah. Just the
Why
scenes.
do you think they did that? Why'd they do that? To protect the movie, or just to
no? I don't
protect
think it was.
you?
I think it was because they want an uninformed performance. They just wanted me to know what my character would know, right? And only know Connie through my eyes. So I don't know him. I don't know all the other things about him. I only know as he presents to me. And so that's why they just gave me the backstory and my scenes.
That's smart.
It is. It's really smart.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm an actress. I can handle knowing the full arc. Yeah. But there is something fun about when you're working with directors that you really admire and respect, to just throwing yourself into the way they work. Yeah. Because it's going to bring out something different in you. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And that's exciting.
Where did those guys come from?
I think Queens, Manhattan.
They're New York guys.
Yeah, totally.
And the other brother, he didn't appear in it.
No, Josh. No.
So what's going on now? You're just doing press for this, and are you shooting something? You're on a TV show, right?
I did a Netflix thing that's on right now, and I'm about to go to London. No, to this. We rehearsed in London 2 weeks ago, and I'm about to go to. First, I'm going to go on a little vacation, and I'm going to go to the south of France. It sounds like a vacation. Yeah. But it's actually for this Patrick Melrose thing I'm doing for Showtime. So. Oh, okay. Those books that I've been reading over and over again are...
They're going to make them into a thing?
Yeah. Oh, so there are 5 of them, so each one will be its own hour.
And what are you doing in it? Are you acting? Are you directing?
I'm acting, yeah.
Yeah?
Edward Berger is directing.
And like, I guess I should help out the Twin Peaks people. I mean, you weren't in the first one.
No, I was not in the original.
So now you're working in that environment, or you did it already.
I did. It's done. Yeah,
of course, and it's on. Like I can't. Like I barely got through the first one.
Right.
You know, like the original Twin Peaks. I was like, oh man, is this going to pay off? What's happening? I liked it. I thought I like him.
He's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what is he?
But that was similar in that I only got. First of all, I just talked to him on the phone. And of course, if David Lynch calls you and says, do you want, would you like to work with me? You'd say yes.
Yeah,
of course, I'm going to show up. I don't care how many episodes it is. I don't care how small the part is. I just want to.
Small parts are sometimes good, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, if you really got a meaty small part,
it doesn't even matter. You just want to have that experience of working with a director,
And what was it like working with him?
It was fantastic. It was really, we really shot in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, and he is very open and very specific at the same time. And there's just a sweetness to him, and he's funny and lovely and odd, and I just really got a kick out of him. And at one point, and Tim Roth and I had just worked together on Hateful Eight, and I didn't know he was going to be playing my husband, and suddenly he's playing my husband, and so it was great because we were so familiar with one another, and we loved each other so much, so it was so easy to take that on, and we already had our own backstory just because we had just worked together for 6 months.
Sure, so you had the emotional connection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And then Tim, I think, said, I'd like a scene with Jen. I'd like another scene with Jen. Let's have another scene. And I think he had a couple ideas. And and then he went and he wrote it.
Oh, good.
So he wrote a scene for us, which was really, really sweet.
He's another one of those guys that really can capture some sort of atmosphere. Like they're directors that that's a real magical thing to have, to be able to create an atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean he's specific. Talk about props and atmosphere. There was a stool, but it wasn't the stool that was in his mind.
Oh, really?
And so there was time taken to find the correct stool. I think he really has images. I mean, he's such a filmmaker and he's so visual. His movies are so visual. You can, when you think of his movies, you think of certain scenes, right? And images from those scenes. Sure. And a lot of photographers have been inspired by his movies. And, Crutzen, you can imagine being inspired by David Lynch movies. Right. So, so if he has something in his mind and it's not right, he will take the time, even though this was a pressurized budget. They didn't have a huge budget to make this, and it was very, extravagant, and ambitious to make on a little budget or a smaller budget. And so, it would take time out to get the stool right.
Yeah. Well, I could see that because, one of my favorite movies of his is the tractor movie. The one where the guy, what's it called? The something mile? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't remember either.
Don't ask me the name of what's that thing that sucks dirt off the floor. Don't ask me that.
Don't even. Hold on. I'm gonna do what we've been doing because we're just shameless about it, I guess. The Straight Story, but that when Farnsworth comes up on Harry Dean Stanton's house, and and Harry Dean's just sitting out there, you could tell that that's meticulous. Yeah. That porch, whatever the hell's going on there, that was exactly.
He's showing you exactly what he wants you to see.
Right. And I think Wes Anderson's probably like that too. Yeah. Every goddamn frame looks like a panorama, like a jewelry box. It's
exactly. Like a diorama.
Do you do a diorama? That's what I was looking for. Good. See, we work together.
I know. I'm telling you, between our two brains, we can figure it out.
So stage, do it? No?
I've done it. Yeah, I love it. Sure.
You do?
It's a young man's game, but it's great.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
It's really exhausting doing 8 shows a week.
Oh, yeah.
It's really, really exhausting. And, the hours are late and it's the adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
Is insane. And you almost have to go into denial about how terrifying it is. So you go into complete denial about it because if you actually experienced that adrenaline and the terror, you would not be able to go out. Right. So you have to kind of box it away. But when it's done, when the show comes down, you're suddenly like, how the hell did I do that?
Right.
How did I?
Right.
And you're suddenly so tired.
Right.
And suddenly you don't have to get, if the play asks for it, you don't have to get slapped every night at a certain time. Right. And pretend it's not going to happen in your head so you're not anticipating it. There's all these things it's like at a certain time of day, I remember Jane Addams once said in describing like doing theater, at a certain time of day, your world goes crazy because it's just the same exact thing is going to happen. You know, it's just
right.
this, and I would describe it as like this, every day you wake up and you think, oh, how lovely, I can wake up so late.
Yeah.
And then there's this monster just waiting for you at the
got
end of the day. And I mean, look, if it's the right play, like Cabaret, which I did, I had the best time doing. But still, at the end, I did not have to get slapped every night and thrown down onto a couch. Yeah, and I was singing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not well, but I was singing and I was enjoying it. I can't speak for the audience. Yeah, I really loved all of it. I had the best time. And out of that experience came like Anniversary Party.
Which is your movie.
Yeah, which is a movie Alan and I directed together and wrote together. And yeah.
Are you going to do more of that?
You know, you never know. I'd like to. I think I would like to. I mean, I really enjoyed that experience. So we'll see.
How many kids you got?
Just one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's manageable.
It is. Quite.
Good. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, it was great talking to you.
Thanks for coming, and thanks for helping me.
Yeah, thanks for helping me.
You're welcome. Okay, that's it. Go see that movie. I'm telling you, man. Go see Good Time. It'll fucking jack you up and move you, and you're not going to know what's happening ever during it. No way to call it. All right, so go to WTFpod.com if you want to get the new book, Waiting for the Punch, or get on the mailing list, or, you know, get into those archives of the other 800 episodes. What else? I got blues on the brain. Maybe I'll just pick up a guitar and play some stinky blues. Boomer lives. Boomer lives.